Most people don't lose money in real estate because they buy the wrong house. They lose money because they don't know what to look for. If we haven't met yet, hi, my name is Adriana Morales. I'm a Central Florida realtor with Orange Slice Properties, serving and specializing in Davenport and the surrounding areas. All right, let's talk real estate. If you've never invested in real estate before, I want you to stay with me through this video. You don't need experience, you don't need to understand numbers yet, and you definitely don't need to have everything figured out. What you do need is a clear way to think about what makes a property strong, and that's what I'm going to teach you today. A strong investment property is not just a house that looks good or feels exciting. It's a property that supports you financially instead of stressing you out. That can look like steady rent, long-term appreciation, flexibility for the future, or simply peace of mind knowing the numbers make sense. A weak investment property feels tight, stressful, and dependent on everything going perfectly. A strong one feels stable. One of the biggest mindset shifts I help beginners make is this. You don't start with the house, you start with demand. Before I ever look at a property, I ask, why would someone live here? In Central Florida, a demand usually comes from a few places. Job growth, population growth, tourism, affordability compared to nearby cities. If people are consistently moving into an area, renting in an area, or visiting an area, that demand creates opportunity. Important reminder, you don't need the best area, you need an area that already works. Let's talk about rent without making this overwhelming. Rent is the market's opinion of value. It's what people are actually willing to pay to live somewhere. A strong investment property usually has rent that comfortably covers the mortgage, leaves room for repairs, and doesn't fall apart financially if one thing goes wrong. If the rent only works on a perfect month, that's not strength, that's a risk. I always tell my clients that I want the numbers to feel calm, not tight. This surprises a lot of people, especially beginners. The best investment properties are usually not the most exciting ones. In Central Florida, strong performers tend to be 3 or 4 bedroom homes, practical layouts, easy to maintain, and appealing to multiple renter types. Why does this matter? Because flexibility creates safety. A property that works for many types of renters rents faster, stays occupied longer, and performs better over time. We're not buying a dream home, we're buying something that needs to work. This is where many first-time investors get burned. 2 houses can look identical. Same price, same size, same street, but one is a strong investment and the other is not because of the rules. Things I like to always check are the HOA rental restrictions, the minimum lease terms, and the short-term rental allowances. In Central Florida, especially, these rules can completely change how a property performs, and most people don't realize that until it's too late. My key takeaway is a great property inside the wrong rules is no longer a great investment. People often ask, should I focus on cash flow or appreciation? Here's the simple explanation. Cash flow helps you hold the property. Appreciation rewards you for holding it long term. For beginners, stability usually matters more than chasing growth. You don't need the perfect strategy. You need one that lets you stay in the game. One thing I always think about, even on a first investment, is the exit. I ask, could this sell easily later? Could it become a primary home? Would other buyers want this property? Flexibility is strength. The more options a property gives you in the future, the safer the investment usually is today. If you're new to investing, your first property sets the tone. A stressful first investment makes people stop. A stable one gives confidence. This is why slowing down, understanding demand, and choosing intentionally matters more than rushing to buy something quickly. This is the difference between buying real estate and building something long-term. If you're thinking about investing in Central Florida, whether now or in the future, my role is not to rush you. It's to help you understand your options, build a plan, and choose properties that actually support your goals. If you have any questions or you want help evaluating a property through this lens, that's exactly what I do. Because clarity always comes before the purchases. Thanks for watching, and if this helped you see real estate differently, you're already thinking like an investor, I'll see you in the next one.